History is not written by those who wait, but history is written by those who dare to act. My guest today refuses to let challenges and adversity define his destiny. Challenges are many, yes, that you know, but his aspiration to bring a change in society is bigger. His story is astounding, believe me, and so he has decided to pen it down so that he can urge someone to take one step forward, no matter how small it is, nurture it with resilience, and watch it grow into a forest of change. The book today is From SAAH to the Future, authored by MARKSON, FINYA. Hello to you watching the book with Susie. Hello, FINYA. How are you?
I'm good, Susie. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, I just want to find out from you. You say you were born in a village called SAAH. Can you tell us where SAAH is situated? And again, how growing up in SAAH was like for you as a boy?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. SAAH is located in the northwest region of Cameroon, Donga-Mantung Division, and in the heart of Gambia Central Subdivision. SAAH is a village that challenges, hardship was a daily reality. In growing up in SAAH as a little boy, it was not easy. Poverty, a life characterized by poverty, hunger, it was not easy. And there were days in SAAH when going to school, go to school barefooted. And then there are times that you go to school with empty stomach, you go to school, even the school structure was not in a good shape. And so life was very difficult as far as growing up in SAAH was concerned. Now, in education, it was very tough because our school infrastructure was not the best. And so pursuing education in SAAH was not something easy. It was something that was cherished by many, but afforded by very few, including me.
Was it necessary for you to write down all of that? And what was the purpose for that?
There are some challenges that that you need some people to hear about, you need some people to learn from. That is, they should not, when they are facing those challenges or when they are experiencing those kind of things in life, they should not feel like they
are the only ones.
They are the only one going through that,
okay.
that particular challenge. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to pen this down to serve as an encouragement and inspiration to someone who will read this particular book.
Okay, From SAAH to the Future is a novel, I must admit.
Yeah.
Now, can you present it to us?
Okay, From SAAH to the Future is a book that is structured in three parts. And we talk about three parts with 13 chapters with an epilogue at the end. Now, this three part from the first part handles the root of resilience. That is, we are talking. The first part is handling resilience, and then the second part talks about talks about leadership, and then the third part talks about the future. So that is how the book From SAAH to the Future is structured.
We are going to take our forward, and we have Dr. Blaise Difiembe. Mm-hmm. Yes, he wrote the foreword of this book, and he has something to share with us. Let's watch.
Today I have the great honor of introducing a remarkable work, From SAAH to the Future. This book is more than a journey from a humble beginning. It is a bold testament to resilience, vision, and hope. Through vivid storytelling and heartfelt reflection, the author invites us to walk alongside the dreams and challenges that shaped a future once thought impossible. It is a powerful reminder that no place is too small, no dream is too distant, and no journey is too ordinary to be celebrated. From SAAH to the Future captures the spirit of transformation, of holding tight to one's root while reaching for the stars. In these pages, you will not only discover a personal journey, but a universal message. That greatness often rises quietly from the places we least expect. It is therefore with deep admiration that I invite you to flip over these pages, to listen with your heart, and to travel from SAAH to the future. What makes this book exceptional It is its authenticity. It is unpolished in the best sense, raw, honest, texture with local idioms, and proverbs with the voices of elders through firewood smoke. It is not written for spectacle, it is written for truth. As you turn these pages, prepare to meet a soul both fragile and fierce. Prepare to remember your own journey through his, from SAAH to the future. It's not only a memoir, it is a mirror.
You're welcome back, and you've just joining us. Then you're watching the book with Miss Susan Bell, and we are flipping through the pages of From SAAH to the Future, a book authored by Noella MARKSON FINYA. Noella, millions of people around the world go through hardship, poverty, struggles. Why should they not bow down to adversity?
When you understand that challenges are to make you grow, they are to help you to rediscover really who you are, you will not bow down to challenges. We should never bow down to challenges because life, the finest part of us will only come through challenges. And so life is something that is not made up of gold, but we have to force the gold out of it. And so I think that is why challenges should be something that we should see it instead as a teacher. We should see it as a tutor that teaches us what we don't know and help us to rediscover who we are.
Okay. I have heard a lot of people, say that hardship builds up the character of a person.
Exactly.
And today, great men that we know, like Nelson Mandela, they went through a lot of hardship. This condition that you experience in your village, going to school without food, trekking on the red ground for distance, has certainly sparked something in you which you're proud of that you want to share with us today.
Of course, all of these challenges, the challenges that I faced growing up in SAAH and even out of SAAH, has sparked something that is the zeal to lead and to lead with a different. And that is through these challenges, when I was in SAAH, even though despite the challenges when I was in primary 6, I became the school sanitation prefect. Mm-hmm. And becoming the school sanitation prefect, I did not just see that I did not just see by the title, but I saw it as a responsibility. And this made me to understand that I need to treat people with passion. I need to treat people with compassion, rather. I need to be closer to the people, to my fellow schoolmate at the time. And this has helped me to understand that true leadership is when you hold the hand of someone, when you help people to rediscover themselves. And again, through these challenges, it has helped to build me into the person I am and the person I am becoming today. And because I now realize that if I did not leave SAAH to Yaoundé, perhaps I will not be where I am today. Because of the challenges in SAAH and coupled with the Anglophone crisis in 2016, I had to leave SAAH to Yaoundé. And when I left, I came to Yaoundé. That by then I was 14. And I had to find myself in a building construction site where I had to do some little job.
Menial jobs, yes.
Yeah, to earn a living. Because coming to Yaoundé, I was not coming to see a relative that I know. I was just going that is you just have to go and then look for something out there. And so within that period, I realized that I was becoming stronger. I was not the same person, the same MARKSON that I used to be in SAAH. I have become something, I have become stronger. I'm now becoming a man. And so I believe that these challenges help us rediscover ourselves and rediscover our purpose in life.
And again, one other thing that I think that reading from your book, that it has actually made you proud is that even in your higher education, you were president.
I realized that all of those things that I've been passing through in the past helped me it has helped me to become somebody that somebody that is
It has built that character of resilience in you.
Yes, that character of resilience, that character that is the zeal to see others to grow.
Okay.
Yes, and so even it did not end there at the level of the high school. Even now at the university, I am a delegate.
Right.
Yes, a delegate in charge of academic affairs in the school government.
Yeah.
And so all of these things, that is true resilience. Why? Because if I gave up in 2016 when the crisis came,
Yes.
when the crisis started, because when the crisis started, it was as if they have put the final nail on the coffin. That is, I saw the future was completely blurred. There was nothing again. And so, but I did not believe that that is the end.
Yeah.
I just told myself that this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I am going somewhere. I cannot give up now.
Okay.
And I continued, and today I am in the university, at the university. So
yes, just so you mentioned about the crisis, because this is just one of the things that brought you to Yaoundé, and this is just one of the things that made you to write this book so as to inspire others, because as you rightly say, this is not just your story, it is the story of every child, you know, who refuses to let adversity define their future. We are going to come back. It's time for us to have our Vox Pop, and I think I'm going to ask you this question when we come back, but this one is directed to those watching us today. What have you sacrificed, you know, what have you sacrificed to make your dream come true?
My biggest dream in life has always to become a journalist, and I'm in the process of becoming a professional journalist. But meanwhile, I had to sacrifice a lot, especially for the fact that I had to move from my place of origin, which is the Southwest, and come to Yaoundé. It was my first time to come to Yaoundé to study journalism. And secondly, I had to do away with my business. I had to sell everything that concerned my business and use the money to sponsor my lifestyle in Yaoundé and also to pay fees at EFCP and CRTV. All of this, I think, are the major sacrifices that I had to do to get me to where I am today. Although I'm still in the process, but I feel like, okay, if I have to make all the sacrifices to get to this level, if I have to put in more effort, it will take me to where I wish to become in life.
I sacrificed many things to be able to achieve my dreams. For example, I can say I sacrificed my social life. My social life because I wanted to become a doctor, but it's true within the line I became a nurse due to certain obstructions. It was not easy, so I had to sacrifice all the. I mean, social life. I mean, in short, I never had really had friends to go out with. When the youth season people go out, they enjoy. Like I said, that was what I really sacrificed to be able to attend, to be able to achieve my dream of today with much work, much reading. In short, it was more sacrifice and to know what you want and to be able to achieve it.
Our guest, the author of From SAAH to the Future, is still with us. And of course, you've just heard people out there talk about what they have sacrificed in order to make their dream come true. I just want to ask you, what is it that you have sacrificed? If you have to react to that, what is it that you have sacrificed in order to make your own dream come true? First of all, what is the dream that you had, and how has it come true, and what did you sacrifice?
okay, the dream that I had, I've always dreamed of becoming a leader, to be a leader, to lead people, and even though I have bigger dreams now, but these dreams has come true because since from primary school I've lead, in primary school I've lead, in secondary and in the university, at the university. And what I have sacrificed, sometimes you need to sacrifice your comfort. You have to sacrifice your comfort. Why? Because living in SAAH was comfortable, even though with the challenges, with the hardship, but to an extent it was comfortable. Why? Because, you know, when you're there, your mother is there, your parents are there, your siblings are there. Everything, at times you just feel that there's a kind of comfort that comes from there. And so living SAAH, that was sacrificing comfort. And also at times you need to devote your time It is not just about sacrificing comfort, but you have to sacrifice your time. There are times that perhaps maybe you have friends like, I am still young, and there are times your friend will want you, let's go there, but at times you don't find it necessary to go to those places because you have something more important. So I think you need to sacrifice those things as well.
Education is something you think should not be tampered with, because the future and growth of the people, community and nation depends on how the people are educated.
Exactly. So I think education is something that should never be tampered with, because, like you rightly said, communities and nations depend so much on education. And just imagine where if we killed education, if we stop education, what will become of tomorrow? What will become when those who are serving today, what if they are no more tomorrow? What will happen to the country? What will happen to the nation? What will happen to our world? And so education is very, very important, because through education, many young people, they tend to discover who really they are. You know, it is especially us in Africa at times, young children, when they are growing up, they don't really know what they really want in life. But through education, you receive guardians, you receive advice from teachers, from mentors, and through these things, it helps you to discover yourself and discover where you can serve better. So I think education is very, very important to our society. It's very, very important to preserving the world that we are living in.
And of course, thank you for highlighting that in this book. Yes, thank you for highlighting it in this book.
Thank you.
Now, I want to take you to page 107 for those who will probably get a copy. I'm getting you to page 107. It is a statement from Nelson Mandela, and it reads thus: "There is no passion in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." I just want to find out from you how this statement of Nelson Mandela has influenced your life.
Okay, permit me to take you back when the day I received my admission letter into the university, and I announced this to my childhood friend, Silas, and everybody was very happy. He was happy, but even though in his happiness I could still see something, like something was piercing through it, like a kind of, why must he be the one? Why not me? And I remember the conversation I had with Silas, and then he said to me, before that day, he said to me, "MARKSON, have you ever thought of the fact that maybe we are just born to live in this village and then vanish?" And then at this point, I realized that no, we don't just have to live here because we were born here. We should just live here and then die here. That is not our life. That's not the way our life was programmed. I mean, we were destined for something more. And so this statement by Nelson Mandela helped me to really it came into my mind, like, why should I limit myself if there is something that I have not yet achieved? There is still more at the horizon, and I need to explore this. And so this statement helped me to understand that we do not have to limit ourselves. We should not just see ourselves just within the box, but let's also try to look out of the box,
yes.
Think out of the box, look at the horizon, what is there at the horizon, and then try to explore some new things, and we'll see the greatness that we are bound to bring forth.
Oh, that's amazing. Very inspiring.
Yes.
And I believe that those who are watching you this afternoon are gaining a lot. They are learning a lot from your experience.
Thank you.
Hardship should not weigh you down. You should not bow down to hardship. You should be able to rise beyond that, and then take your destiny in your own hands.
Of course.
Nobody will do that for you.
Nobody is coming to save you. You have to take up the shield and fight.
Okay. It's time for On the Shelf, and this is what we are picking from our shelf today.
I would like to find out from you, is publishing putting food on the table in Cameroon?
Publishing is a business, and whether it is profitable, it's left to the individual publishers to determine. But I must say that in the world, when you count the first 500, first 100 professions in the world that produce billionaires, publishers amongst. The publishing company is an industry that generates a lot of money, that creates so many jobs. In the case of Cameroon, publishers in Cameroon, some are doing it very well, some are managing. But I must say that if you are a good publisher and you produce good content, you will always have a market. Take, for instance, those that, and most of the publishers who really make much money in Cameroon are those whose school books publishers, okay? Because they are sure when a book is approved by government, especially in this advent of one book policy, which means that if you have a book that a book has been accepted, it means that you are the person who has the sole right to have that book published and displayed all over the country. That brings in money, that brings in income, and that also gives the publishing company the opportunity to have people employed. One of the issues that really face the problem of paper here in Cameroon, because paper remains expensive, and that's why many publishers print out of the country, but it's cheaper. But we keep on calling on government to see to it that paper should be made less expensive, so that instead of carrying those billions, I must say that each school year, Cameroonian publishers, they spend at least 5 to 10 billion printing books out of the country. Just imagine that this money was circulated around us in Cameroon, in Africa. So those are some of the challenges that we have. But to say that they are making money, yes, publishing is a lucrative business.
We are going to be drawing the curtains on this edition of the program in a short while. And we still have our guests in the studio.
Yeah.
Now, just to find out from you, how long did it take you to write this book?
It took probably, that was almost half a year, about 6 months. Yes, it has taken about 6 months to come up with this book, From SAAH to the Future.
How did you come about with a title like this one? Because it's very original.
First thing, I love SAAH. Yes, I really love SAAH, and SAAH is a very beautiful place. Landscape, the people, they are very interesting. Even though challenges have tried to break them, but they have remained strong. They have remained there. That is, they are resilient. And so, when I started writing and then thinking of, I just want to write something about SAAH. I just want to say something about SAAH. And then that is how I got from SAAH. And then I started looking, but I don't just want to write the past. I don't just want to dwell on the past. I want to paint a picture of the future. And I decided to put the future from SAAH to the future.
Okay. Yeah. And did you encounter any challenge?
Of course, the challenges has been many, but I have been able to say through. I am a student, and balancing schoolwork with writing has not been easy. At times you have as many assignments, many things to do, and to find the time to write, not easy. And also writing a book like this one, at times it's very difficult to find a voice. That is, should it be poetic? Should you be angry? Should it be inspirational? So it's something that is very difficult to figure it out. And then also writing From SAAH to the Future, I have to touch personal life, my personal life, and touching this personal life simply means revisiting those old wounds that you have been healing from, and so it is not always easy. Yes, those are some of the challenges.
Okay. Now, you say the story does not end here. It is only the beginning. That is your last statement. The beginning of what?
The beginning of my journey to the presidency.
Oh my goodness, what a big dream. Thank you for making me laugh.
Thank you.
But who knows? Of course, someday no one knows one's future. Only God alone knows that. Okay, now tell me, where can we find this book?
The copies are available. Have my contact, 673-00-3503. 673-00-3503. You contact me through that number. You're going to have a copy of this book, From SAAH to the Future.
How much does it cost?
The copy is just $2.5.
Okay. Yeah. Watch out for this young man. His dream is to be in, should I say today? That was just a clown. Okay, thank you very much for watching this edition of the program. We hope to see you some other time. Bye-bye.